What's going on? I haven't really been sleeping on this, but I feel like because of how much time has passed between this coming out to now, you could probably say I slept on it a little too much. And I'm talking about, of course, Batman versus the Ninja Turtles. This DC animated movie takes the Nickelodeon Ninja Turtles, unfortunately, and the more blue and gray kid friendly Batman and try to make somewhat of a decent animated movie. Now, I will say the beginning of this movie is where it really is going to grip you and is going to be what carries you, because you have an amazing battle between the Shredder and Batman. Um, in fact, that a lot of people have been talking about. I watched it when I first got it, and watched up to that fight and was like, yeah, that's pretty dope. And of course, I had shit to do, so I turned it off. But I was like, this movie continues like this. This is great. And unfortunately, towards the last little bit, it starts to really fall apart. The only real complaint I have is the animation. I feel like this movie could have been so much bigger, so much better, had they went with a much darker tone, like the Killing Jokes animation, or even if they wanted to just do a revamp of the 90s Batman animated series. Because this is kind of a mix of the 90s animated series meets the Nickelodeon style of animation, which is kind of why I don't fuck with the Turtles on Nickelodeon. Because I love the Ninja Turtles, but I don't like what Nickelodeon has done. Same thing with Thundercats. I fuck with the 80s, but not with the 2000s something where they all look like they just on Percocets and Xanax and shit and complain about every damn thing. I don't fuck with these new age cartoons like that. The only thing I really do is buy the DC animated movies and watch the old Marvel, because Marvel kind of fell off. I'm not gonna lie, they did. They fell off when it came to the animated movies. After Thor, Tales of Asgard, it went to hell. So these are always good to watch. This movie is all of an hour and 28 minutes long. I feel like Batman movies are usually about an hour and a half long when it's animated. And like I said, I don't have too much to complain about with this movie. It had a bomb fight scene between the Shredder and Batman, which made me go, I didn't know I wanted Batman versus Shredder. I do wish they would call it something other than Batman versus Ninja Turtles, because he fights him for like all of a second. It's kind of like Batman versus Robin in that sense, but I mean, that movie was good because it was mainly Robin. He doesn't even fight the Turtles but one time. Why couldn't it have been called Batman Ninja Turtles like they do Superman Batman movies? Speaking of which, I want another one of those. Public Enemies and Public Enemies and Enemy and Allies was probably the two best ones. They introduced Supergirl in one of them, the Apocalypse one. They introduced Supergirl, and I was like, yo, they're gonna introduce Supergirl now. We're gonna have a Supergirl movie. We're gonna have all kind of great things, and maybe Batman and Superman will become the buddy animation of DC. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. It could have, but it didn't. I am still waiting on another Batman, Superman cross up on the anime. But overall, Batman versus the Ninja Turtles is a good concept. It really is. I really wish they would have went with a darker tone.
Yeah? If it helps, the dumpster being or not being there really gives no guarantee they'd survive.
Doesn't help. What is it? It had better be...
I feel like a darker tone would have made this movie like catapult to the height of mainstream DC animated movies need to be in theaters level. You feel what I'm saying? Because this is a good movie. Michelangelo is definitely the comedic relief. The Joker is great. Harley Quinn, her role in the movie is great. All the characters who are here in this movie are actually really well. They do pull on the humanoid fly, making jokes that he's a hostage, not a actual Foot Clan member.
I don't even work for the Foot. I'm basically a hostage. Don't hit me.
That's really cool. Again, that fight scene with Shredder. Unfortunately, the second fight scene with Shredder isn't as good. The Ra's al Ghul stuff is really good. They don't really give you a back and forth between Damian and Ra's, which I feel like was a missed opportunity to make the movie a little bit longer, but also show the depth to the Turtles of Bruce Wayne, because Michelangelo said Bruce Wayne was the coolest guy ever because he's Batman and a billionaire. And I'm like, dude, he's got some really complex issues. And I think that would have been amazing to show that to the Turtles. Also, is Gotham City not in New York? Because the Turtles said they drove from New York to get to Gotham. And I'm like, but I thought Gotham was in New York. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. Anyway, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Did you check out Batman vs. the Ninja Turtles? Have you seen it? What did you think of it? Do you think the animation could have been way better considering everything we've seen up to this point? What do you guys think? Let me know. Hit that like button. And if you haven't subscribed yet, go for it. I'm finna watch Batman. Wait, no, not it's not another Batman. It's The Reign of Superman or Justice League The Fatal 5. So that'll be the next review I do for these. And I'll see you guys then.